Hello, everyone, and welcome to Off the Top with Eric, Paris, and Red. I'm your host, Eric, and joining me today are.
Your boy P.
This your boy Red.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
What's the motherfucking deal, Brody?
Smooth,
Yep.
smooth.
Anything go on this weekend? Any big plans?
Uh, not for
No.
well work side. I basically got confirmed. I'm gonna get this district position. They said not a lot of people want the job. It's pretty easy to get into, but nobody wants it. So when I
Hey,
mentioned that, she was like, "We need you.
gang shit.
We, you feel me?"
That's what it's all about.
So
And you
big
sound better.
increases.
You sound better. You don't sound sick today.
Yes, and I got a couple halls next to me. Uh,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, trying to
yeah.
nurse myself. I need to start taking herbs and medicine, bro, because I'm like natural to the point I don't take anything, but I need to take something. Tea, something.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. What about P, man? What about Lil P? Any big steps for the little man?
But shit, he turned down real food like a second nature.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this we getting close to not having to use formula anymore. That's
There you
how.
go.
Is that good or bad? Cause your last grocery bill was super high.
Yeah, because of that fucking formula.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be even higher with him eating whole food now.
No, he can just eat a portion of what we made. Cause
For sure.
I made meatloaf Friday.
Big chef.
Yeah, I made meatloaf Friday, so he had the mashed potatoes and meatloaf, and he was full as fuck after that.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Man.
yeah,
All right, what about
Cool.
you, E man?
I didn't have shit going on really. Well, that's not. Yeah, my grandpa turned 86 years old, so
Congratulations,
happy
Grandpa.
birthday.
shout out to Grandpa Rick,
Man.
86 years old. Like we asked him, like, what was the highlight of your year? He was like waking up in the morning, like and like not dying in my sleep. We're like, oh shit, okay. Like,
That got real fast as fuck.
Shit, it be like
God
that for
damn.
real.
he was at that age now where he was like, it fucking sucks. Like, but he's cool. Yeah. So my mom, my sister, my nephew, we came up, had dinner with him, and hung out with him yesterday. So he's good.
Okay.
All right, let's get this going. Couple news stories today. We're gonna start off with comedian Matt Rife hitting a little bit of backlash. Now, for those that don't know, Matt Rife got really popular during the pandemic, mainly from his TikTok. He would post little clips of him doing crowd work at his comedy open mic nights and that kind of thing. And notably, a lot of his fan base female. Like he's a good looking guy. And that's not actually too common in the comedy space. So got popular off of that, and he got his very first special with Netflix, which when we were growing up, the big thing to have was the HBO comedy special, right? So he gets a Netflix special. Everyone's kind of anticipating this. He did a bunch of promo leading up to it, a couple interviews here and there, where he basically was saying, I'm kind of tired of this notion that people have that I'm just a comic for females. This new special that I have is going to change that. And boy, did it kind of blow up in his face.
Mm.
Now, did you guys hear about any of this kind of backlash that went towards him? Or have you even heard of him?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard of him for sure. He got really good crowd work. Like
Mm.
I have peeped that. You know what I'm saying? He really get everybody involved. Of course, like you said, the pretty face shit. Like everybody loved him. I even was on YouTube a few times when it was like how to get a jawline like Matt Rife, how to get
Oh,
arms like him. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So a lot of people does like him physically,
Right,
but I heard a couple of backlashes coming to him after um this special.
right.
You know
Yeah, it says something when you have videos of how to look like Matt Rife and not how to tell jokes like Matt Rife when that's
exactly,
when that's his job, right?
man. Yeah,
So
it's like forget the occupation, the looks is what
yeah,
you like.
yeah. So the big backlash came off of like one of the first jokes he starts off in the special is basically a joke about domestic violence. He talks about a waiter or waitress with a black eye, serving him, and then he's like, "Ooh, how come they didn't, put her, have her work in the kitchen so we didn't have to see, the black eye?" And then basically alludes to, well, if she was good in the kitchen, she wouldn't have gotten the black eye in the first place.
Right,
And a
right.
lot of his fan base was like, "What the fuck? Like, we got you here." We basically dragged you, to get a Netflix special, which is a huge deal for comics nowadays.
Hmm.
And the first thing you do is kind of, well, you're taking shots at us, like
Right, right.
so kind of understand it. But it kind of brings a question about it feels like there's a low bar for Netflix. I feel like everybody that can tell a punchline is getting a special nowadays. And I think this is the first one that kind of everyone, even I've seen other comics kind of come out and say, like, what the fuck? Like this is like there's a case to be made of you can joke about anything. Like I kind of
Hmm.
disagree with people that say oh, like you can't talk about this anymore because people are sensitive. I don't agree with that. I feel like you can tell a joke about anything as long as it's funny, you're okay.
Got to be
But
tasteful for
yeah,
sure.
but I feel like Matt Rife is kind of going along with that, but it's just not funny,
Well,
Yeah.
he had said that he had did that to test the waters with the crowd because usually with his stand up, that's not obviously Netflix. He was saying he'd do like a hard, hard joke, and if the crowd still laugh, then he can test the waters with that. But if they ain't really feeling it, then he switches, shit up. But
Right.
with this particular joke, he kept that same mindset. But millions and millions of people are seeing it at this point, not just
Yeah.
five, 600.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
So
it's, it's huge.
his
Yeah,
test of waters to get his foot wet kind of backfired on him because
Hmm.
it was something that's permanent.
yeah, 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 for sure. Yeah, yeah. I think the special was top 10. Like the first couple weeks it's been out. It's been out for I want to
Yeah.
say 3 weeks right now, and it's been the top 10 on Netflix. So a lot of eyes have seen it.
And
A
then
lot of
now it's
people.
negative publicity too, so it's gonna probably go back up. It's gonna go up in numbers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like I, f- I, f- I heard someone say that there was kind of a theory that this was planned, like this was intentional. His kind of pivot to this other kind of jokes that he wasn't telling before, and the idea was that he wanted to appeal to a more male audience, kind of like a audience for like maybe like Shane Gillis or Joe Rogan, and his way to do that was to get these bad headlines to have these guys look at it and was like, oh, I don't normally listen to Matt Rife. If this is the kind of jokes he's telling, I might check it out. So it's kind of him kind of purging his normal audience to get a new one in. So but yeah, it's if I'm gonna keep it real, I'm not a Matt Rife fan.
Yeah.
I kind of like you, Red. I was very on the same boat of it's just crowd work, like all it is crowd work.
Yeah.
So there's no regular joke, set up punchline that everyone else does. Just a lot of him talking to usually, you know, 30-year-old females in the audience.
Yeah. Like, of course, when Kevin Hart come out, like long titty, no nipple, like we can recite that type of stuff, but it's nothing that we can individually pick out and say this was that bar or that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
line, or this comedic style. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But
Well, I mean, like,
comedy nowadays is hard anyway because you gotta, straddle the fence the whole fucking time. Like if Steve Hart, like the kings of comedy, them motherfuckers would got fucking. They wouldn't even made it out fucking past a goddamn basketball court as far as selling out stadiums with how today's generation is. Like you really gotta straddle the fence and make sure what you say is PG-13 basically.
I,
So
I mean, I kind of disagree with that. The only reason is because we have guys like Dave Chappelle. You know,
he wouldn't
now,
have been. No, he wouldn't have made it today.
well, no, well, I mean, he's still selling out like arenas and stuff. But the
Yeah,
only
because of
issue is,
us. Because
well,
of
no, no, no.
our gen.
Well, no, no. I feel like there's still a young audience that likes Dave Chappelle. Like any kid can learn about Dave Chappelle just by going on YouTube and looking up old Chappelle show skits, right? But I feel like I will say that Dave Chappelle is kind of in, especially with his jokes about the trans community. I
Yeah.
feel like you like I said, you can tell jokes about pretty much anything as long as it's funny. But it gets to a point where it's like, okay, you are straight up only telling jokes that are negative to this one particular group. And that's when I feel like it's kind of like you're kind of treading water, and it's kind of like you're going to be known as the anti-trans comic. And
I think he doing it because he don't give a fuck. Because he
yeah, well,
already cemented.
yeah, yeah, he
Like
definitely
if he
is
was
kind of
brand new,
is
he would have
goaded.
got. They would cancel this. The way they did the baby or little whatever fuck. Yeah, the way they did the baby, how
The baby.
he was picking up in fame like super fast, and then as soon as he did that, whatever the fuck he did, I can't remember.
It
and
was
they
the
Gate.
gay thing. It
yeah,
Yeah,
was
they
like,
they
yeah,
canceled his ass so fast. So if you was to put Dave Chappelle in that same category, like brand new, telling the same shit that he been doing, he wouldn't have made it this far. They
right.
would have canceled his ass in the fucking heartbeat.
yeah,
But
they
since he's
canceled the
cemented, he
baby.
can
Like,
still come out because people that's okay, they can be 10 years younger than us, but he's already cemented to the point where he already got his cash.
Like
He's
already
not trying to get he's
established.
not trying to get the cash.
Right,
what's
right.
that called? Tenure. He
Yeah,
got
he got
Yeah,
tenure.
that.
like a teacher. Yeah.
Like yeah, like Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac, he was fucking hardcore. Eddie Murphy, he was hardcore. Like they would have to sugarcoat the shit out of all his goddamn aspects. Like don't
Yeah, but
I
back
said
then they needed that type of shit back then. That was
yeah,
good.
because we laughed at that shit. Like a kid getting beat. Like you can go to jail for spanking your child nowadays. But
Well,
Man.
Eddie Murphy, when he said his mom threw a fucking a fucking shoe at him, and it was like a fucking boomerang came back. That shit would have been cancel culture for that one joke, even though it's nothing to us. Oh, motherfucker threw a shoe at us. Whoa,
like
what
a
did he do?
oh, now it's abuse. Yeah.
Yeah, so now it's abuse. So if
I
you're
do.
great, you're great, and you can probably succeed because of your mindset. But it'd be hard as fuck today.
Yeah. But again, I kind of agree. Like those guys didn't start out by doing that hard shit right off the gate. You know, like
Mm-mm.
if you like, because back then, again, it's different generations. Back then, the big ticket was, oh, if I can get a late night spot, or if I can get on a
Hmm.
tour with a bunch of good guys. You know, whereas now it's, oh, if I can get a good TikTok clip that goes for 40 million views, I'm set. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like then the tours will come. Back then, they didn't you couldn't start that heavy because you wanted to get that all encompassing like late night, quick stand up 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Today, fucking comedy is skits now. Like people ain't like
yeah,
Haha Davis. He's from Detroit, but majority of his comedy is like long skits. But like
yeah,
punchlines and
Voiceover.
shit, that's is
like the
they
Key and
ain't got it
Peele
like
kind
that.
of, yeah, yeah, yeah. The comedy space is it's very different, you know. I mean, like there's a lot of guys that I like that are older, you know, and it's like you're seeing this. There, I'm not gonna. There's a lot of good comedians out there that are younger that are starting up that are great, you know. But again, Matt Rife, for your first Netflix special, you probably shouldn't have done this. You know, like
Yeah.
I feel like it's not going to work out for him.
He should have did
Uh,
some more crowd work.
yeah,
Catered to the damn ladies.
right.
You know, show the pretty face. Do the oh, you made this for me. Couple sexual jokes, get them all hot and bothered, and then bam, next special. You know, or just
Try
sprinkle some
then
shit in.
try a little something. Yeah,
Yeah. And he had to be abusive. It just sprinkle a little dark humor in every now and then.
right.
I love a dark humor joke. You feel me? I love that shit. I can make some dark jokes. But, you know, your main community talking about get your ass in the kitchen for a black your eye, like,
Yeah.
it's a little too rough.
Did you guys see the stuff that happened with his that plastic surgeon? It is
No.
related to Matt Rife. So this plastic surgeon made a TikTok where because a lot of plastic surgeons that are popular have TikTok clips out there, and he made a TikTok of when you make like the world's greatest jawline on a celebrity, and
Yes, I saw that. Yeah,
they
yeah.
immediately get canceled. He never said Matt Rife's name. Never said it was a comedian or anything like that. But Matt Rife commented and was like, "Oh, it's illegal for you to be, releasing medical information, right?" So it's like, "Oh, so you basically told him it was you." Like you admitted
Yeah.
that it was you, you know.
Because I've never mentioned the name, my baby.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
they don't mess with HIPAA. That shit is that in your career for real,
right.
Hmm.
medically.
Yeah.
Oh, you
But
go to prison for that too.
Another
oh,
lady
for
just
sure, for
she
sure.
about to go. She facing jail time too, but it was more so of like a harassment. A guy was recording his post op to do list and forgot to end the record button. And she was like, "This guy's fucking annoying. I want to punch him in
Mm,
his face so he can shut the fuck up." I see why his wife left him. Like she was saying some off
damn.
the wall shit, and he took it to court. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah,
it was her, the nurses, everybody all was in on it too.
Can you imagine though, like being at home later, like like listening to okay, don't eat bananas for the first 3 days, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, this mother, you just start getting cooked. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, god
This
damn.
little big person. Pull the skirt up. Look at it.
Yeah,
I'd be like, oh
yeah.
God,
Like this ugly motherfucker. Like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
why
why it's
the
hard
hell
to
did
get
I?
personable with your coworkers because if they talking, behind their back, what you think they doing about you? So
no.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
I keep
yeah,
my shit professional, bro.
medical field, them motherfuckers. Shit, that
They
story,
get
I
real
just say that story.
spicy.
That story is not uncommon
right.
Yeah, I
from
already
from what
know.
I've
I'm very
seen.
hip.
But
Yeah,
that's any job though.
Yeah. No, I keep my shit professional, bro. As soon as I hear somebody, I done that. Shut up. I don't do that gossip and shit on my stuff.
yeah,
We don't do that here. You can crack a joke, but we not doing that gossip in here, bro. Because I done seen a simple joke backfire on people to lose their job, and they've been working for 20 years. I'm not even about to allow that in my space.
yeah,
Yeah, because it'll
yeah.
fall back on you. Like, why didn't the manager stop it?
What type of
Let it continue.
environment
Yeah,
you have?
right.
Hmm.
Yeah, we had a similar thing in my work where there was this kid that my buddy at work like came up to me and he was like, "Yo, when you were gone, this guy said this shit to me." And like it was so off the wall and like crazy that I was laughing. I was like, "Oh, you're making a joke." He's like, "No, I'm dead serious." I was like, "Did anyone else hear it?" He was like, "No." So it became a whole thing, and it got to the point where I refused to be in any close proximity alone with that guy because like he was lying on everybody. Like
Hmm.
it had to be at least three people in a room. Like I'm not going to be caught, because you're lying off your ass.
So that wild statement was a lie.
It was dead serious. Like I thought it was a joke, and he was like, "Oh, there's no way he said something crazy like that," and it was no, 100% factual.
Damn.
Yeah. All right,
Now I want to
moving
know.
on. Have you guys seen? There was a bunch of releases of trailers coming out from Amazon and the like. Um, it looks like a lot of this is kind of to get the interest pumping because the strikes are ending. Have you guys seen the slew of trailers that I texted to you guys?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I haven't seen.
Nothing.
Nah,
Nothing.
God.
I
Did you
just seen
text
a
this?
snippet of the Grand Theft Auto one, but it was just a snippet.
Well,
But
that trailer's not out yet.
they said
There's a
somebody
picture.
leaked it.
Where?
Oh, is that
Yeah,
this? Okay.
I seen a
I,
I'm
I
leak.
looking now. Hold up.
Yeah, I heard that there was a leak and it was from one of the GTA creators' kids. Or so not a creator, but someone working on GTA. One of their kids had released some stuff. I didn't know it was the trailer. I
Yeah, I
didn't
seen
watch
the
it.
leak, and as soon as I seen GTA 6, I turned it off because I didn't want to get spoiled.
Right. Are you for real pulling this up, Jan?
Yeah, I'm
he
looking right
said
now.
he said where?
It's a leaked trailer that says it's 3 minutes and 18 seconds long.
Yeah, it was on Instagram not too long
Was it
ago.
like grainy as shit or was it
I'm about to
legit?
see now.
No, it wasn't grainy. They showed the little sunset horizon, then I saw that, and then I was like, oh, yeah, let me turn this
Let me partake.
Please don't break my heart.
off. I should have
Oh,
saved it and sent it to the group, but I thought y'all already knew about it.
no, it's not showing shit. It's a guy that's doing a voiceover. Uh oh, hold on.
Is it
Mm.
just set up? Are you looking at the one by Ink Plays?
Yes, it looked like just pictures. I don't believe
Oh,
this is
I think
real.
they took it down and he just took a couple screenshots.
No, it's showing some videos for sure. Go to like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
because
videos.
if you go to IGN.com on Instagram, they just made a post saying just a few days before the much anticipated arrival of the first trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, there was an unverified reports of new leaks of the game that have, uh, and may have came from the sons of the Rockstar employees. So basically, that's what
Nah,
it said.
I don't trust this. It's too much different graphics. Like it's Need for Speed graphics when it come to cars, and then it drops down to like old GTA, and it jump back up on different scenes. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that's the same video, I'll be pissed the fuck off because that
yeah,
But I
shit still
got,
look like
yeah, like I
GTA.
said, I didn't watch the
Uh,
whole video. I just
yeah. That one's supposed to be
turned it
coming
off.
out. Is it the 6th or the 5th?
Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday? Okay, yeah, yeah. So we don't know anything about that. Well, there's leaks here and there, rumors, but what do you guys want to see out of the Grand Theft Auto 6 reveal?
I need to see when we work out. I want to see my muscles get big again.
like San Andreas, CJ.
Hell yeah, that RPG little ish
Yeah,
type of shit in there. I love that. Uh, I need dismemberment like Red Dead Redemption 2. I need that. Like they had great man. Yes, I need some Red Dead Redemption 2 in there, all
right.
sprinkled throughout that shit. And uh damn, that's all I can think of. I hope it don't go too over the top with flying cars again and shit like that. Like ground that bitch down a little bit.
Yeah,
I
that's
heard,
kind of. Go ahead, B.
I was gonna say I heard that they were saying that for older cars it's easier to steal them versus like newer cars. They say you'll have to have like some type of
Like
special equipment,
device.
yeah,
Yeah.
special device to unlock cars and shit like that.
They
I
really
heard
should just let you have a USB cord.
What?
shit. Then people were saying that also they trying to be like watchdogs when it gets
You
to
could
that
take
point.
all them keys.
Yeah, and then I
Mhm.
heard that the when you say the director or the CEO was saying that he believes that the game is worth more than $70 and it should be hourly to actually play it. Have you
It's
Yeah.
the
heard that?
option. I thought that was a rumor though. I thought it was a rumor.
No.
No, he said that shit.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah, I heard it was
Uh,
like $5 hourly, or the game should be like 175 or $200.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing. I feel like one. I feel like the game's going to be good because of that. He's telling you like that one statement tells you that the amount of content in GTA 6 is going to be
It's
crazy.
amazing.
You know,
shit.
Shoot 'em.
After 20 years of fucking development, it better be.
well, no, I mean like GTA for the most part, it's not like an RPG like Skyrim. Skyrim, you could spend hundreds of hours in that place and not finish the story. You know,
Mm-hmm.
whereas Grand Theft Auto, it's for the most part the story is pretty linear. You know,
Yeah, very.
there's not many points in those stories where your choices really affect anything for the most part.
Yeah,
You know, really just maybe for like a heist. You know, depending on how much
exactly.
money you
Am I
get.
gonna be? Am I gonna have the gunner on this mission or not?
Yeah,
And that's
yeah.
pretty much
Am I
it.
gonna get the cheap hacker? You know,
I
Yeah,
just
but
hope for this type of game, they cater to the people who cares about the single player versus
yeah,
the
that's
multiplayer
yeah,
they
aspect.
let.
that's my main concern. I want this to be just GTA 6 single player. I don't want to see anything about and you know GTA 6 online is going to be. I don't care about online.
They
You know,
go microtransaction the fuck out of
yeah,
that game. I know it.
yeah. I just want to see the emphasis on them caring about the single player aspect of the game for the
And if
most
you want
part.
to do co-op, you can, but not the whole fucking 10 years plus of online.
Right.
Like if I got the game and like how it was with San Andreas, where you can do the split screen and you'll have two characters on the same screen.
That
I mean,
was dope. I forgot about that.
yeah, if obviously I wanted to play with James, yeah, I can come in with my own character. It'd be an NPC lookalike, so we can both still do the missions. Cause
Right.
Hell
that
no,
part of
let it
San
be
Andreas
you.
was sweet.
Yeah.
Let it be
Or yeah,
you.
it could be a create a character, but that's kind of going into the multiplayer part.
Yeah.
So if you can just keep it single player and you can have co-op, that'd be
Because
smooth.
it does supposed to be a brother and sister. One of us can be the brother, one of us can be sister type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind. Yeah, see, like Rockstar is one of those companies that like they polish their games enough on release that I'm not worried about it. You
Facts.
know,
It's not gonna
especially
be
with
crashing in
yeah,
bugs.
especially with this amount of time and this amount of money they've put into it. So like whatever they give me, I'm gonna get it. You know, like there's nothing they can say in this trailer that's gonna make me go, ooh, I don't know about that. You know,
Hmm.
like I feel like there's not many studios like that anymore that can create a polished end product that is good. You know,
Right, right.
like even like CD Project Red, they messed up with um, what was the one CD Project Red messed up on?
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. That was a
Yeah,
disaster at release. Um,
terrible,
Bethesda Fallout 76 was terrible on release. You know,
terrible.
you go on the list of these great studios that you know stumbled really
They
hard.
said
But
Starfield didn't do good. It
yeah,
was bugs
that had a
everywhere.
lot of bugs for a lot of people. But
Andromeda.
I ain't
Uh-huh.
gonna bring it up.
yeah, and Andromeda, yeah, that one is mainly for the story. But yeah, bugs too. But
Hmm.
that kind of leaves Rockstar. You know,
Call
to
of
put
Duty.
it to put it in
Zombies fucking
perspective,
us up.
when GTA
Honestly, Sledgehammer and Call of Duty 3, Modern Warfare 3, they're on thin ice with me. I'm not really fucking with it that much. Uh,
Yeah, I was gonna say to put it in perspective, when GTA 5 came out, I was a sophomore in college, so that was 2012, 12, 13, around that time. And they came out,
mm,
and that was with the 360. Then it went down to the next generation, still the same game, and then now it's current generation, same fucking game.
yeah,
So they went through three generations of Xbox with the same fucking game, same story, except one game. I think it was with the previous generation. It went from first person to third person, or vice versa.
yeah, they added that.
So it literally just catered to online play for three
Yeah,
generations.
For all
yeah.
the real people, that's PS2, PS3, PS4, and now PS5.
Was that wasn't PS2?
Oh yeah, just
It was
PS3 then.
PS3.
Okay, yeah.
I was say,
For
damn,
the
that.
real people. For the
Okay,
real people.
yeah, it's a long ass time. Shit. It better
God
be. It
damn.
better. It better be good. All right. So you guys didn't see these other trailers, so we can skip that.
Tell me about the boys though, man.
The boys looks good. Season 4 is gonna be fun. I feel like Amazon kind of has a chokehold on those superhero stories where they don't give
For
a fuck.
sure.
With was it Invincible
Yeah,
and
Invincible. They had the spinoff Gen V.
yeah,
That was good.
yeah, boys looks fun. Uh, I highly recommend you guys check out the. Speaking of Fallout 76 a minute ago, the Fallout TV trailer actually looks good. Like they captured the world pretty accurately. It'll be interesting to
Mm.
see. I'm not going to put too much hope into it because I got really burned with the Halo TV series. That
Twisted Metal
shows.
burnt me out fast.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Nah.
Yeah, Fallout or the Halo series was. I hated it. It looks amazing. It looks great. It looks like what you want, but the story and everything else is bad.
Yeah. Now Twisted Metal, it makes sense with the game. It was over the top type stuff, but I don't know, man. It made me just. It turned to a background series real fast. I was just on my phone.
Right. Yeah.
What about you? How you feel about that shit, bro? Because it sounded like
ARP.
you was. Oh no.
What are you talking about?
No, you was like, oh really? You didn't like it? It made it sound like you was you like
Well, no,
didn't like it.
I haven't seen it myself. I was never really a Twisted Metal player. It
Ah,
wasn't my favorite thing to do. But there, I actually heard that there was a lot of good. It was received well, like
okay,
with critics and that. So I was like, oh, like you're the first one that I've heard say that they didn't really fuck with it.
yeah.
Which I heard that like Anthony Mackie is Anthony Mackie's in it, right?
Good actor for it. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, is that
I, I think they
it?
play on that role, that face he make you be like,
Okay, all right.
yeah, and it's just a silly ass version of him. It's a big difference from what the fuck is it? Eagle Eye? What's his name? Well, he Captain America now, but yeah. What was his name? What was his name besides that? What was his name in
Clarence.
Marvel?
Oh, oh, he was Falcon, right?
Falcon. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Falcon.
I keep thinking Clarence from 8 Mile.
Oh God.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's some other shit. Not trailer wise. Yeah. Anyways, a bunch of trailers drop. Highly recommend you look them up. They just
Mm-hmm.
released the Godzilla versus Kong or Godzilla and Kong movie, another kaiju movie. It looks pretty decent.
Do y'all
So
got
yeah.
Apple TV?
Yes, I do.
I
Have you watched the show called Invasion?
Invasion. No, bro, it looks amazing though. I
Yeah,
just didn't get around to it.
me and Desiree on season 2 of that.
Is
do,
it
Um,
good?
do you like it?
it's taken a long time. All right, to put it in perspective without spoiling it, it takes a long time to get into the meat and potatoes of the show.
Uh huh.
Like they got this. Obviously, we call it Invasion. Obviously, you know it's extraterrestrial, so that's no spoiler. But the thing is, it's like a mystery of what's happening for so long until you actually see something, and then when you actually see it, you don't even know that's the actual thing that they supposed to be fucking fighting against.
Mm.
Right.
Because the way they played on the story, the acting is okay, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, is that the thing that they've been afraid of this whole time? And then
Yeah.
once they get into season 2, then it's like, oh, these motherfuckers is real. But
Okay.
it took them to season 2 for it to get to that point. It was like,
Right.
Can
why did
you
it take so
imagine?
fucking long to build up the story?
Yeah.
It's like they were trying to build up suspense, and it didn't. It wasn't suspenseful. It was just kind of like, God damn, this shit taking forever.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
because
Yeah.
each
Can you
episode
imagine?
is an hour.
I was about to
Right.
say, can you imagine if this was weekly like episodic, and you had to wait 9 weeks and then a 4 month gap, and then come back to finally see
That's
it?
basically no, literally season two. It was 4 months away from the
Yeah.
time that they stopped. They did a time skip, and it was 4 months. It was
Oh yeah, I'd be
121
pissed.
days. And for season two, it was just like, yeah, 4 months ago, this, and this happened. You
Oh yeah, I'd have
know,
been for sure pissed.
so they probably did wait 4 months in real life.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll check it out. There's a bunch of shows I gotta catch up on.
Hijacked. Since
Movies
you on
too.
Apple TV, did you watch Hijack yet?
I haven't seen it yet, no.
That's Idris Elba did his big one on that bitch. He did it on that one. That's a
Is it
good one.
is it better than his performance in The Wire?
Of course.
Hold on. Hold on. Why'd you say of course?
Bro, The Wire was terrible acting. We're gonna keep that a
Get
book.
the fuck out of here.
Bro, that was terrible.
The Wire is one of the greatest shows on television.
It, I think I got spoiled with the fact of Snowfall. That acting is beautiful.
Yeah,
Very good
Snowfall was good,
acting.
yeah.
When you
Oh no.
compare, like I love Power. I love Power, except for Raising Canaan. I don't really care for that
I
aspect of
actually
it.
like that one, Raising Cane.
That's the one I don't like, bro. Like, the mama cool, but I keep seeing Disney Channel, bro. Every time I see that shit, I see Disney. I can't get past him on Disney Channel. But
You like the Ghost one? I mean, not the Ghost, Tommy one?
yes, yes,
Force? I think it's, yeah,
yeah.
Force.
Force is good. Power, of course, one
Book
and
two.
book two is good. The continuation. So I fuck with him. But like when you put acting to acting, Snowfall swept him. So
It's not,
what
they swap power?
acting
No.
wise? Hell yeah.
What?
Acting, bro.
Damn, that's
Power
tough.
Power is an amazing show, but it's a soap opera for premium TV. Let's keep it real. It's a soap opera. You feel me?
That shit tough. Damn.
Motherfucking Snowfall.
Have you seen both of these, P?
Yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
watched
I
Do
both,
watched.
you
I
and
watched.
agree? Do you agree with that
I
or
don't
no?
agree. I think
I
all
love both.
Power Book. All right, if I was to rank them, you would obviously do Power Book one. I
Uh-huh.
like Raising. No, I like Force two, then
Yep.
Book two, and then Raising Cane. Raising Cane is the weakest one out of them, but I think the acting and storytelling of the Power series in general is like next to none.
Storytelling, yes. I'm talking about straight acting.
I mean, it's kind of hard to
Snowfall got him beat, bro.
like. What are you basing the acting off of? Like impact or like
I think just like personal preference of the performance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
because
talking about the
yeah, that's kind
emotions
of
it
hard.
brings. The man, bro. Oh my god, we gotta make a poll. Turn this shit to a reel right now, bro. I'm looking you dead in the camera. E. Look, who has better acting, Snowfall or Power? I just need to know. A or B. Snowfall is A. B is Power.
Or C for the Wire.
C for the. But bro, I like Wire a lot. I really do. But I, acting skills was terrible back then on that show.
All right, wait. So all right, I can't even
Hold
put it
on.
in the same category because I was gonna say put acting as far as Game of Thrones, not the last season, but how good, did you ever watch Game of Thrones?
Nah.
Damn, never mind. Fuck it.
That wasn't for a
Well,
gangster
well,
man like me to watch. You feel me?
yeah.
Cause
If you just traded those dragons for Glocks, you'd be all on that shit.
no, no, they flying dragons with Glocks. They sniping motherfuckers with the Draco.
Yeah.
Call it the Draco for real.
It's like,
Duh.
oh shit, the king's got a wave cap on.
He said,
No, hold on,
I
hold
got
on.
a Draco riding a Draco. That's what he's saying.
You
All right, hold
feel
on. No,
me?
we can actually talk about this. Is something that you brought up a couple weeks ago, P, in our group chat that we had, and it was a reel where this guy was comparing the acting of Denzel Washington, and who was the other actor in there?
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson. And I feel like that was a really good kind because they're very different, you know. So let's kind of hash out like who do you think is the better actor and why? Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington.
Hmm. I like Samuel L. Jackson a little bit more, and that's only because when I was growing up, my dad played a lot of Samuel L. Jackson
Right.
movies.
Yeah.
So it's basically it's who you watch first that made an impact
Right.
because they're like like if you used to do the pyramid, like how we just did in the extra, it's kind of like 1A, 1B, and then it's whatever flavor you feel it the most. Because like Samuel L. Jackson, he's known for cussing and shit like that, whereas Denzel, he's known for emotion.
Right.
Like you understand, like you feel his shit. Versus Samuel L. Jackson, like he can have a comedic role, he can have a serious role. He's a chameleon. Denzel can be considered a chameleon too, but it's all about what movies Denzel accepted for his role, and could Samuel L. Jackson do the same shit and it be the same impact?
Right.
Okay.
Because I think that was one of the arguments the guy made in that video was Samuel L. Jackson kind of takes whatever he's offered, whereas Denzel Washington is more particular, the more dramatic, thespian type roles, right?
I think it was White. He the karate dude in Blood and Bone.
Okay, all right.
I think
And
his name
I
Um,
agree with
Michael
you,
J. White.
P. I fuck with on this one. I'm gonna say Denzel. Not wait, take that back. I'm gonna say Samuel L. Jackson. Because Samuel L., like you said, he can for sure hit a comedic role. He can hit a serious role. He can hit an action role. He break that fourth wall like a black Ryan. You know what the fuck his last name is? He was in the My Hitman's. What movie was that?
the Hitman's Bodyguard
Yeah, the Hitman's Bodyguard.
with Ryan
That
Reynolds and Selma Hayek.
Ryan Reynolds. Yes, yes. I forgot his last name. That was a great cast together, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Before you continue, Michael J. White, he was the one. He was on the Vlad interview, and he was basically saying Samuel L. Jackson is not that far off, or if surpassed Denzel because they can't flip roles in a
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Like he said, what role do Denzel have that Samuel L. Jackson can't do to par or better?
mm,
And
Mm,
like he said, can Samuel L. Jackson play Training Day? And you think about it, like, yeah, he can do that. Then it's like, can he do the Slave movie? Probably not.
yeah,
that
yeah. I was thinking, I was like, I don't think I could see him in Glory.
like emotional. I don't
Yeah,
think Samuel L. Jackson can do that. But as
yeah.
far as like action slash comedic, well, shit, when the fuck was Denzel in a comedic role?
nah,
Trying to
I can't
think.
recall one.
So it's like he's basically saying people need to stop sleeping on Samuel L. Jackson because Samuel L. Jackson is all categories.
Yeah,
And I
Probably not
fuck with that.
emotion, but all categories in a way.
I fuck with that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
yeah. I
People
have a
just
hard
say it's
time.
Denzel because of popularity. It's just the most popular name to say off the top.
Well, I think not popularity. I think it's because like you're more likely to be considered for like an Oscar by doing a dramatic movie. Like some of the comedic performances that Samuel L. Jackson's done, they're not necessarily going to be there at award season, right?
Nah.
But I kind of have a hard time seeing both of them as chameleons. To me, they are this. To me, Samuel L. Jackson is Samuel L. Jackson in every movie. To me, Denzel Washington is Denzel Washington in every movie. And I think that Denzel one is because, like we said, he picks the same
Mm,
dramatic roles every
I
time.
can't say
Yeah,
Denzel. I can't agree.
All right,
like
I can see
just
him in.
pull up 5 movies of each and see if they can enter. I mean, you the movie buff, you know all the movies.
We
Shit.
got Equalizer for action. We got Fences for emotion.
that's also an adaptation of a Broadway play.
Yeah, yeah. That's super emotional. Let's bring it back to what was a good
What's
one? We
that?
can say
Pulp
Glory.
Fiction. Could Denzel do Pulp Fiction?
Yes,
Yeah, I feel like he could.
for sure.
And I mean, I think you would argue that that one is kind of a comedy. I feel like Denzel could have done Coach Carter.
Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he could have done Django Unchained. Honestly, I will say between the two
Oh
of
God,
between the
Wait, hold on.
I can't see him.
You said he could be
I feel like
the
he could be
slave dude.
yeah, in Django Unchained, I
Oh
could
No,
see
no,
that.
no,
I can't see that.
that's not Denzel. No, I
I can't
can't.
see that.
As Pride, I don't see his pride being able to do that.
I feel like he could. I feel like you switch the roles. They both could do the roles, but I
His
think it's
face wouldn't even look right doing that shit. Like he looks too
He look
alpha to
prosthetic.
be a fucking housemaid. No,
Too
like
many prosthetics.
Yeah, they did a lot of prosthetics on Samuel L. Jackson too.
yeah,
That's the thing.
but
I
he
feel
looked
like
like one of them crazy ass
well, no, 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 well, no, no, no.
motherfuckers.
I feel like you're kind of putting them in boxes. These guys are both top tier actors. I feel like if you switch their roles, they would not be. Would they be conveyed and acted differently and portrayed differently? Yeah, but I feel like they could each do the role and do it justice to some degree. You know,
That's a hell of a role. I ain't gonna
I
lie to
mean,
you.
I know
I get it.
Denzel Washington is classically trained. You know, he's done stints on Broadway. You know,
Hmm.
he's done what was it, King Lear? He's in a couple Shakespeare plays. You know, so he's used to stage and film acting. Whereas
Yeah.
Samuel L.
Mhm.
Jackson, I think for the most part, has stuck to mostly on
Films.
camera work, right?
Yeah.
Um, but
A
yeah,
lot
I
of
feel like
commercials.
to me, there's other actors that you could put up against both of these guys that, as far as chameleon, blow them out of the water. Like Daniel Day Lewis, one of the greatest actors ever. You know, Gary Oldman, one of the best. Like you pull up Gary Oldman's movies, no characters look the same, sound the same, act the same. They're all different. You know. But if I had to pick between the two of them, like which one is the better actor, to me, I think Denzel gets a slight edge. You know, um, but
I
I,
respect it. You said a slight edge. I give
yeah,
you that.
it is glaring that he doesn't. Again, I think it's because his choice. He doesn't do the other. I mean, Equalizer's kind of an action, but he doesn't really do the comedy movies for the most part. Whereas Samuel L.
Yeah.
Jackson is like, I just saw the Marvels, and he plays Nick Fury again, right?
Hmm.
And he kind of acts like he does not give a shit the entire time. Like Samuel L. Jackson, the person, did not give a shit making that movie. He makes so many off the cuff, like kind of almost like ad lib jokes, and
Mhm.
you're like, oh, he really didn't give a shit that day, you know. But it doesn't
Mhm.
sound bad. It sounds good and
Uh,
right to the character, you know. So it like even
see,
when he phones it in, it's still a good performance, you know.
the one person who I know that does not give a shit in his movies anymore is Bruce Willis. That man is in almost
Is that a
50 Tubi movies.
is that a diss?
No, bro, that be pissing me off when
That
he
dude's
come.
got hardcore dementia right now.
Really,
Yeah, he's nonverbal.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I
When
he's
the
seen
got
fuck this
I
happened?
seen
he
that post a
retired.
couple months ago.
He retired like I want to say 5 years ago. He doesn't act anymore. He can't act anymore.
Damn,
He can't retain. Well, now he can't speak, but before that, like when they announced it, he couldn't remember the scripts. He had a hard time retaining the stuff that he was supposed to be saying, so he struggled on set. And that's when he was like, you know, I gotta stop acting. Like
that makes
it,
sense then.
yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna lie, the last few years, it's been over five though. But he been like a lot of his low budget movies. It seemed like he was just there, like just
Oh,
phoning it
well,
in.
no, a lot of actors do that. Where at the end they, oh, I need a paycheck. Let me phone it in. Like your Eric Roberts, your Steven Seagals, you know, like they just even Nicolas Cage did it for a while. Like he was struggling
For
financially and he
sure.
was just taking anything that would pay a
Yeah,
couple
cause he was
bills.
hella in debt.
Yeah, and now he's good now. Now he can choose his roles based on what he wants to do instead of what he
Right.
has to do for a paycheck, you know. But I mean, it's not uncommon for actors to, ooh shit, pockets a little light, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be a clown for a
Damn.
couple days, you know.
Yeah.
My man's Bruce out here fucked up.
Yeah, but
You
yeah, I
know who
mean,
also
that's
that's gonna
sad.
break my heart. But you know who also gonna break my heart? I saw a motherfucking video of Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I seen he was
His
walking in his
old
car.
ass. Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
86 too.
Yeah. Old as hell.
up there. Yeah, yeah, like we've
He's
kind of
the
seen a.
voice.
Oh yeah,
He's the voice of conscience.
we're seeing a lot of legends that we kind of when we were little watching movies, they were already these statesmen of acting.
He's been old
You
Yeah.
since we
know,
was born.
like your De Niro's, your Pacinos, and you're gonna see these guys slowly like what was his name? Phil. Wow, that's gonna kill me. It's not Mickelson. That's Phil Nicholson, the actor who was in like the Joker and the Batman 1989 movie.
Yeah.
He retired from acting a couple years ago. Like couldn't do it anymore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's sad seeing some of these guys that like we knew as that top tier generation of actor
Yeah.
kind
To
Do
me,
of.
y'all
that's why
think
I felt bad about Will Smith when he did that shit at the Oscars because I felt that stunted a couple years of movies that's supposed to be coming out.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. But I feel like he's got time. Like That's the thing. That's the good thing about nowadays of social media is it's not uncommon for actors to have like kind of a renaissance and they're back on top. Like
Mm-hmm.
John Travolta had it, Matthew McConaughey had it, and uh, Quentin Tarantino talks about that a lot. Of for some reason these really good actors they just kind of get forgotten and no one casts them in anything. So when he did Pulp Fiction, he was like, "Oh, let me offer this role to John Travolta, who was a fucking stud of an actor, and people just stopped using him, and it revitalized his career."
Old boy with the whale.
Yeah, Brendan Fraser for sure.
Yes.
He definitely had a resurgence.
Yes,
So I mean,
man.
it's easier for actors to kind of come back and be like, "Oh, I never left. You guys just stopped putting me in shit. I can still do this."
Yeah.
You know. But yeah,
Damn,
Yeah,
bro.
that was a good topic. Mm.
yeah.
You,
You know what? Let's give them their flowers. Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson and Denzel Washington.
yes, sir.
Yeah, they
But
deserve
they
that shit.
did turn some coals in the head. Like, hey, is it a move? I don't see Samuel. I mean, not to go back and do it, but I don't see Samuel doing Equalizer. That's a little tough.
That again. That's a cool thing about that list. When you look at both of their movies, I would love to see Samuel L. Jackson in Man on Fire. Like I would love to see Samuel L. Jackson in equal. Like I would have loved to have seen like what he would have done with that.
Hmm.
And it's like when you look at like old like casting choices, where they're like, oh, like these 7 other actors were offered it and they all said no. Like, oh shit, like I would have loved to have seen what Keanu Reeves would have done with that, or Will Smith would have done with that.
Want to see what Will Smith did with The Matrix?
Yeah, like I would have loved to have seen that take.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot
It
of
was
stuff
offered
out
to him
there.
first, bro. It was offered to him first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I
a
can
His
lot
see
dumb
of
it
ass.
because that's when he had Bad Boys, right? When he was like slim and shit.
yeah,
And he
yeah,
Yeah,
picked
he could.
Wild
Yeah,
Wild West over that shit.
yeah.
yeah.
What's that one fucking movie, Elysium, that has Matt Damon in it? Eminem was offered that role first.
What?
Eminem wanted to have it set in Detroit instead of South Africa, and they said no. So he's like, "All right, I'm not going to do it." So it
Damn.
went to
Damn.
Matt Damon. Like I would have loved to have seen another Eminem acting project.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like if you ever go back, just look at some of like there's a lot of interviews on YouTube you can find where actors are like, "Oh yeah, I was offered that and I turned it down."
Mm.
Like what was the one movie Will Smith? Yeah, Will Smith turned down Matrix to do Wild Wild West.
Yeah, yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's not a
That
good
was
choice.
dumb as hell.
But yeah, you could look and see what some of these actors turned down.
So who's the better actor between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence?
Oh, Will Smith.
Will
Will
Smith by a
Smith.
long shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm strictly basing that on that one episode of Fresh Prince when his dad left.
Oh yeah.
He showed more emotion than that than most people show in a decade of work.
Hmm.
Mm.
I fully agree.
Yeah,
I don't see Martin Lawrence being too serious at all.
right.
You know.
Again, like I'd love to see again these guys are all professionals. I would love to see Martin Lawrence give a dramatic, thing. I mean, like you get surprised. Like Adam Sandler did. What was it? Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Like
Bro,
he doesn't do too many serious things,
man,
but he
he
fucking
did that.
killed it.
He
Yeah.
did that. That was one of his when that movie came out, bro. I was not even picturing that side of him. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I'm still looking at all the little Nickies and all his little, the
Little
stuff he do with
comedy
his
bits.
friends and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when that dropped, I ain't gonna lie. He did his thing with that motherfucker.
Yeah. You can get surprised by some of these guys that, decide to do a different project.
I was saying, is it anybody who you think is in this younger generation of actors who's gonna have that longevity like all of our people coming up?
Michael
Mm,
B. Jordan probably.
yeah, I could see Michael B. Jordan being around for a while.
Hmm.
Um, I can see Barry Keegan or Barry Cogan. Can't remember
Who?
how you pronounce his last name.
What's his movies?
He was in if you ever saw the new Batman movie, he's the Joker at the end. He's that little split second, talking to the Riddler in the jail cell. But he's done a couple others, like done the Little Women. I could see Robert Pattinson. Speaking of the Batman, I could see him being around for a long time.
Okay.
Um, shit. Yeah, there's a lot. Florence Pugh, I can see her being around for a long ass time too. She's kind of like the new Jennifer Lawrence. She's in a lot of stuff
Ah, okay,
early
okay.
in her career right now. That's the thing. It's harder for women though because they get older. Hollywood is more likely to they're too old to play you know
Yeah.
a sexy role anymore. And they kind of get cast aside sooner.
Think Tom Holland's got it in him.
I I think for personal reasons, I don't think he wants to be in Hollywood that much.
Yeah, I heard about it too. I heard
I,
about that
Yeah,
shit.
he
yeah,
said he had to be worth his while to do Spider Man again.
yeah, I can definitely see him kind of like, it's not for me, not good for my mental. I'll stay
Hmm.
home.
It's a new guy they got for Superman. He gonna be a good guy. I forgot his fucking name,
Yeah, the
but
new actor.
yeah, he like 6'4".
What?
That boy put on like 100 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
he look like he gonna get it. And they say he
Henry
still got,
Cavill.
huh?
Henry Cavill. I could see him being around for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in his what 30s now, but I can see
yep.
him being around
He got
for.
some more time in him.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
The dude that played Franklin Idris,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, yeah, a few more years he gonna get into some really good roles.
Yeah. All right. Let's
And
move
me,
on.
yeah, me. Fuck you talking about
Oh yeah, you. Yeah.
the gang shit.
All right, moving on. We're going to Monday, the day after we recorded the last episode. Spotify Wrapped finished up for the year, and everybody's feeds were flooded. So we're now going to flood the end of this podcast with our Spotify Wraps or Apple. I don't know what is it. What does Apple call theirs?
uh, Let me see. I just was on this shit too. They just call it replay. Apple
Yeah,
Replay
Apple
23.
Replay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about what was in our end of the year. So before I'll let you guys get yours pulled up. Give you a quick couple ones that came up. The number one across the world was Taylor Swift, beating out Bad Bunny at 2 for the a number of listeners. The most streamed song of the year was "Flowers" by Miley Cyrus with 1.6 billion global streams. "Kill Bill" by SZA and "As It Was" by Harry Styles were second and third. Joe Rogan Experience remains the top for podcasts. So yeah, you guys want to throw out your top fives, or are you a little
So my
nervous?
top artist was Drake at number one, Chris Brown at number two, Lil Durk at number three, 21 Savage at four, and King Von at five. And my top genre was rap, and I listened to over 39,059 minutes.
Oh, it's a long ass time.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah,
You know what's
my
crazy?
but
I'm not gonna lie. Drake is my number one too.
oh really?
That's crazy. But right behind him is SZA, The Weeknd, Coco Jones, Summer Walker, Kevin Gate, uh, Giveon, DVSN, Mariah the Scientist. I listen to R&B so heavy.
Yeah, mine's a little more global. I got Bad Bunny at one. I got Twice, which
What?
is a K-pop group. I got Drake at three. I got Blackpink, another K-pop group,
I
and
heard
I got
about them.
Kendrick Lamar at five.
Yeah.
And let's see the
What's
number
your
of
most listened to song though?
my most listened to song was actually
My
a song from a soundtrack from a Benjamin Button, the Brad Pitt movie.
The movie?
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. I like listening to soundtracks a lot, like
Okay.
especially like Hans Zimmer. That's the
Always
dude.
learn something new about you, man.
Yeah, go ahead, P. What was your number
my
one?
top song was Torpedo by Ray Shremmer.
Okay,
Ah,
okay,
mine was Snooze by SZA.
man, you
I'm
like SZA.
surprised you listen to a lot more female stuff than I do.
Yeah.
I,
Bro,
was, I wasn't expecting that.
okay, to tell you the truth, I'm one of them people that's kind of like influenced heavy by music. So I listen to a lot of R&B and meditation music to keep my vibrations right and
Right.
my mental right. I can't listen to too much hood shit. You gonna see it on my face. I'm ready to beat somebody ass now.
Yeah.
So I need my R&B to keep to stay calm. You
So
know,
it said my top genres was rap, southern hip hop, metal core, R&B, and then trap queen.
Trap Queen.
Trap queen.
Okay, what was that?
So
1738.
it had to be that genre, but it's not her. But it had to be that. I'm surprised metalcore was top three. I'm surprised by that.
Let
Yeah,
that Uzi breathe.
I had
Put
Yeah,
rap.
your
fuck
hands
that.
up.
I had
Hands
rap.
on your knees.
I had rap, pop, rock, urbano, Latino, and K-pop as my top 5 genres. I had 69 different genres that I listened to throughout the year.
Man,
I
I
do
got some
got I do
country.
got a top three Beyonce song, but it was the Cuff It Weather remix.
Bro, hold on. Hold on.
Do you guys both have that?
Yes. I don't know if it's gonna show you in here, but it's right there. That three. Yeah, there you go. It's right there.
And then you see
My,
what number four is, right?
fly
Fly
up.
up.
Yeah, remember that movie?
What movie?
Lookism.
Oh yeah, the show, the show. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then I actually got Luke Combs, so I do got a little country. So I am diverse
Oh shit!
for the people that
Okay.
just think I'm all black. I got some
Yeah.
country.
See, my
His coworkers getting to him.
my country song was that motherfucking Rich Man North of Richmond.
Oh, that went really viral. Yeah,
Yeah, I was on that heavy. But I got some heavy rock shit though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like
Yeah, you
the
see
the
mine
the
from metalcore at number three.
the death metal screamo shit. Like I be into that. I ain't gonna lie to
yeah,
you.
like gym shit, or just casually sipping on some coffee in the morning.
Oh no, you can't you be turned the fuck up. Like they be
Right.
having a little. I learned something called a pig squeal, where they be like, rah, rah, like it get wild as hell. And
I ain't listening to that shit unless I'm working
oh
out.
bro, I
I ain't gonna
like
lie
I
to
mean it be
you.
like like it turn you the fuck up, bro.
That's
And
funny.
I just be, huh?
OVO,
Let me do my schedule.
Yeah, Drake in October.
and then I had Chris Brown in November.
How many artists did you listen to?
They
Mine's at
said they said I listened to
110.
over 24 genres.
Yeah, mine was
I got
69 genres.
artists, 104 different artists, 982 songs, 87 albums.
I listened to 1,476 different artists.
You said how many?
1,476.
God, I seem so
Where do
limited.
it show the how many artists you listen to?
Well,
Uh,
mine's is in my first little
it's
at the very
just
top. It is in the same 1 through 5 rating.
right.
It'll say it up top.
It tells you right before your top artists.
And my top genre was R&B, soul, hip hop, pop, alternative, and soundtrack.
Right. Now let me ask you guys: do you guys like seeing this kind of stuff, like your data kind of being collected and given to you at the end of the year, or are you kind of like, don't show me
I
this,
didn't
I don't
mind it
care.
because I didn't realize I listened to that. Like James said, I'm influenced by a lot of music. So depending on what my mood is, like if I'm in the
Hmm.
gym, it's gonna be a lot of metalcore.
Right, right.
But then if I'm just chilling riding down the street, it's gonna probably be rap or R&B. And then
Yeah.
every now and then, if I'm by myself, it'll be a little bit of country. So it all depends on who I'm with and who
Is
I'm
that
riding
your
with.
guilty pleasure?
Country, nah. It's just a
Hmm.
couple songs I like,
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
like a handful.
What's your guilty pleasure? I know mine is heavy death metal.
Oh, mine's K-pop. Like I
Ah,
fucking love K-pop.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
bro, what's that one group where everybody is like, they always got to make themselves look overly pretty, but it's that one that got that one deep voice that be like, it
Is it a
was
male
floating
group?
up. Yeah, it was a K-pop group, and he was
Okay,
floating
so
over
that
TikTok heavy.
I'm pretty sure,
Hmm.
and that singer is Felix.
Yep, that's his name. That's his
Yep.
fucking name. Yeah,
Yeah, I know
he
my
blew
shit.
up
I know
on
my shit.
TikTok.
I
I'm
listen
not playing
for
about this.
I listen to 468 artists.
All right, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, like that's one of the cool things about Spotify though is that it's getting more international. Like you're
And
getting a
Drake was
lot
number
more.
Yeah.
one apparently.
Yeah. You got you
Top
got
four,
you got Canada up there. Yeah.
top 4% fan.
Right.
Oh, but tell us about our fans. We got some fans for our rap. We was
Yeah, yeah.
top what for
We were
25 folks. We was top 10.
we were the top podcast for 11 people. We were the top 10 for 25 and we were the top 29 or the top 15 for 29
I
people.
need to have two bust down rollies. The fuck is you talking
Yeah.
about, baby?
Right. But like honestly, I was like, shit, we're the top podcast for anybody. That's fucking nuts. You know,
Yeah,
You feel me?
David and Goliath against Joe Rogan. We're coming
and
for
we
that.
started this what
Oh,
6 months ago,
we coming
7
for
months
you, Joe.
ago.
Bro,
Yeah,
when I saw you post that shit, I didn't understand it. I'm like, so we only got one listener,
Well, no,
or
no,
11 listeners.
well, no,
Look,
that's the cool thing about it is that that's just Spotify alone. That doesn't say anything about Apple. It doesn't say anything about
yeah,
Google. It
yeah,
doesn't say anything about YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. That's just Spotify. And the fact
yeah.
that
If
we're
you,
the top podcast for anybody, like
yeah, yeah.
that's cause for celebration for me.
Somebody, you got 25 listeners out here that love us.
Yeah,
Thank
that
y'all. Thank
that
you.
was cool shit. Like when I woke up and I was like, "Oh, Spotify Wrapped is out," and it was like, "Oh, Spotify Wrapped for podcasters is out too." I was like, "Oh shit, they got this." It was hype.
Yeah.
It was humbling. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
that was
shit.
good.
And on that note,
yeah. This has been Off the Top with Eric Pearson Red. I'm your host Eric, and joining me today were.
Your boy P.
and your boy Red.
Gang
We will
gang.
talk to you guys next week. Gang.
Top
Top
11
podcast.
gang gang.
Yeah, I'm about to say it too.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
we'll be on your Spotify Wrap next year as well. We'll talk to you
Most
guys next week.
definitely.
Have a good one.
Oh, yeah.